I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I've got like a body shimmer gel on, and with how fair my complexion is mid-December, kind of got like this Edward Cullen thing going on. I got that going for me. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Casey. I'm so happy you've clicked on this video today. With 2022 fast approaching, we are in the spirit of New Year and New Year's resolutions. So I've compiled a list of beauty resolutions for us. Now, I personally am not one for resolutions. Like, I think it's great to make goals, don't get me wrong, and no better time than the start of a new year.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no divorces in 99!
But your divorce isn't even final yet.
Just the one divorce in 99!
However, I just feel like you should be able to make a change in your life any time of year. So with that being said, if you are watching this prior to or around the new year, or maybe you've discovered this video mid-year, as cheesy as it's gonna sound, know that any time of year is a great time to make positive changes in your life. So for these resolutions, I have some basic ones, some ones that most of us probably already know and do, but I know some of you need to hear it. And then I've got some more fun ones, some things to spice up your beauty routine, if you will. So if that is of interest to you, keep on watching. Resolution number one, and this is what I mean by some things are going to be sort of basic, things that we already know, but resolution number one is to stop popping your pimples. In fact, this should extend fully into stop investigating your skin close up in those mega magnifying mirrors altogether. Because what good ever comes from that? Really? I always regret doing it. I'm always just left with red, angry, swollen skin. It just swells up, it gets red, it scabs over, and it leaves a dark spot, which then takes months to go away if you're lucky. The juice literally is not worth the squeeze. That saying is actually almost disgustingly too literal for this example. But truly, it's not. And this is a tough one for me. This is something that I have struggled with in the past. I've gotten so much better about it. So what I've started doing is while I'm doing my nighttime skincare routine, once I'm done applying everything, I leave the bathroom. Get out of there.
Get out of there, girl!
Do not look at myself in the mirror, because then I'm gonna wanna, get real close and thoroughly investigate everything, all of my pores, notice any breakouts, and that's when things get carried away. So as soon as I'm done with everything, leave the bathroom. I've also gotten really good, if I do find myself close up in the mirror investigating my skin, I ask myself, is this worth it? And that kind of snaps me out of it. I'm able to leave the vicinity of the mirror and stop whatever danger I'm about to impose on my skin. I've also really come to love acne patches. They are a game changer in my opinion, because not only does it stop you from seeing and touching and playing with the incoming spot, but I do feel like they help the pimple come to a head faster and heal faster. My favorite ones are from Peach Slices. They work just the same as all the other acne patches I've tried, and they're most affordable in my opinion. Lastly, I know pimples suck. And I know it's much easier said than done, especially in the heat of the moment when you're experiencing an incoming clunker. But the thing is, pimples are normal. Every single person on this planet experiences breakouts. And it's really unfortunate that in our society, we don't see that as being okay. We don't see that as being normal. In fact, we often see that as being ugly or unattractive or unclean. We associate a lot of negativity towards pimples. And again, I know they're a pain in the ass. No one wants them, but at the end of the day, we all experience them. And so I want you to work on, when you see a pimple coming in, or maybe you are experiencing a couple breakouts, I want you to work on not looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing yourself as ugly or unclean or any of these negative affiliations we have tied to pimples and breakouts. I want you to work on not tying your self-worth to the state of your skin. Just remember that your skin is just going through something. This is the normal skin purging process, and just give yourself time to heal. You are still a beautiful person with a beautiful soul, despite what your skin looks like. Resolution 2 is to just experiment. Makeup is about having fun and self-expression. And I definitely can relate to getting stuck in a makeup rut with recreating the same looks over and over again. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I think that's actually something great to have, is to have a great go-to look. But especially in our world today with so many cool products and formulas on the market, it opens the door to all of this fun playtime and the opportunity to experiment with different things, different looks, different colors, different ways to enhance your features and to just have fun with makeup, which at the the end of the day is what it's all about. So my tip for you is this year I want you to try a new beauty trend. Peruse social media or wherever you find your inspiration and screen grab a couple looks or a couple techniques that really inspire you. Maybe it's blush draping, maybe it's the reverse cat eye, maybe it's different colored eyeliner, anything that just lights up that part in you that loves makeup and beauty so much. So for me, I have been playing with different lip colors. If you watch one of my most recent videos, my copacetic unboxing, I had a blue lip on, so that was one way that I was trying something new. Granted, it's not something that's going to be an everyday thing for me, but it was fun to try. Something else that I really like doing is finding 30-day eyeshadow challenges where each day for 30 days you're given a certain prompt. So maybe day 1 will be nature, day 2 will be jewel, day 3 will be ocean, you know, just different prompts like that, and then recreate some sort of look with that word as your inspiration. And I did that a while back. By the end of the challenge, I was so inspired and thinking of different color combinations and just having so much fun with my eyeshadow. Again, just lighting up that part of me that loves makeup so much that I hadn't felt in a while. So that's a great one. And then my last tip, you can go about this any way you want. When I find makeup looks that I like on Instagram, say, I will save them into a folder called makeup. So when I'm sitting in front of my mirror in the morning and I'm just kind of struggling with an idea, I'll scroll through that makeup folder and use one of the looks as my inspiration that day. In addition to that, I'm a very visual, hands-on person. So something that I've always done, and when I say always, I mean I have been doing this since I was in like middle school. When I first subscribed to like, what was it, 17 and Cosmo Girl magazine, I would flip through the magazine and tear out pictures of models or makeup techniques or just, you know, different looks, inspiration, and I would put them into a binder. And you better believe that I have a makeup inspiration binder here. I've got it broken up into different colors. So I've got like some pink looks, I've got some more like everyday glam and some extra glam. I've got some green looks, and then back here I even have some hairstyle ideas. So I know that this is a bit extra, this is a lot more time consuming, but I like having something that I can actually pull out and look at and hold, something tangible to give me some inspiration when I have time to play with makeup. If you're not a hands-on person like I am, like I said, just save them to a folder and refer back to them, use them as an inspiration resource. Resolution 3, this is one that I'm going to be personally working on, and it's investing in good quality makeup brushes. Makeup brushes, man, they can be outrageously expensive, which don't get me wrong, I have a lot of drugstore brushes that are very good quality. I'm personally more so aiming towards that mid-range. I have a few of those nicer mid-range brushes and they have held up well. They are some of my absolute favorite brushes. However, when it comes to the heat of the moment, when I have like an extra $50 to spend on makeup and beauty products, the idea of spending $40 on a new makeup brush is not exciting. It's not exciting to me at all. There's not really any sort of instant gratification there. You get it and it's like, oh, it's a brush. Not a beautiful thing to look at, to touch and to feel and to swatch. It's one of those things where you're more so going to reap the benefits long term. So something that I'm going to keep in mind moving into the new year is when I have a little extra spending money, to think about getting some really good quality makeup brushes. I don't foresee myself reaching a point where I no longer enjoy makeup. I see it being a long-term passion of mine. And so for me, investing in good quality makeup brushes is going to be worthwhile. Just something for you to keep in mind, your makeup tools in general, something that you're using every single day. Not always, but more often than not, there is a difference in paying for a higher quality product. I have 2 more resolutions for you. One of them, the next one, is gonna be another one that you're probably gonna roll your eyes at me because I know you've heard it before. I know it's been harped on you over and over again, but it's so important, guys. And that's cleaning your makeup brushes. I know, I'm sorry, but I need to say it. What kind of beauty YouTuber would I be if I didn't harp on you just a little smidgy bit about cleaning your makeup brushes? Because here's the thing, I'm willing to bet that if you're watching this, you spend money on skincare. Some of you probably a good amount of money on your skincare. And probably your makeup too. You're buying very good quality skincare, very good quality makeup. You're doing everything you can to take care of your skin. But it doesn't make sense to be applying this beautiful makeup with dirty brushes. You're doing your skin such a disfavor. Not only your skin, but your makeup application is more likely to be muddy and splotchy if you're working with dirty brushes. In all reality, it's like a 15-20 minute thing. And just like time spent washing your face at night, spending 15-20 minutes cleaning your brushes is so worth it. So if you are someone who struggles to regularly clean their brushes, I have a few tips for you. Before I get into them, I will say that I did do a video on cleaning your makeup brushes. It was one of the very first videos I ever did, so I'm a little bit hesitant to recommend that video to you. However, I trust that what I had had to say was beneficial. I do think I shared some good information as well as some products and tools that I recommend. So I will link that video for you down below if you're interested in watching it. So my first tip is, just as with everything else in your life, create a routine around it. Create a specific time, you know, whether it's once a month, twice a month, every other week like myself, create a routine where you're consistently cleaning your brushes. I work every other weekend, so on my weekend off, usually that Sunday, I'll wash out my brushes. It takes me 15-20 minutes tops, and then I've got clean brushes. And there's something about that first makeup application with a clean set of brushes. Tip number 2, if cleaning your massive collection of brushes is very overwhelming and daunting and just something you absolutely don't want to do and never want to make time for, grab just a handful of brushes and do those. Maybe the ones that you use most often. In fact, I definitely have a handful of brushes that I use every single day, and I will very often at night when I'm doing my bedtime routine, I'll grab those brushes and clean them after I'm done washing my face. It adds maybe 5 extra minutes on my bedtime routine, but again, like I said, the benefits are definitely worthwhile. And my last tip, and this one I share with you with a little bit of hesitancy because it's not something that I want you to do in place of washing your brushes. It's more of a maintenance thing between washes. It is a DIY brush cleaner. Now I know you can buy brush cleaners from many different brands, like It Cosmetics, I think Elle sells one. This one is homemade. I will pop my little recipe here up on the screen for you to check out. I did share this also in my brush cleaning video. But again, especially the brushes that I use most often, when I'm done doing my makeup for the day, I'll just spray my brush head and then wipe it off on a towel. And that will at least help to prevent the accumulation of oils and bacteria, keep them a little more cleanly between washes. Lastly, I suppose this one could sort of tie into the whole trying new trends thing, but this one is more specific and it's playing with different colored eyeliners. Specifically, the more neutral colors. Let's call them honorary neutrals. So for example, if you're someone who always uses black liner, try experimenting with a dark brown or a navy or a burgundy or a more like tawny beigey type color, and just experiment with how much that little change can drastically change your final makeup look. It makes a big difference. Depending on your eye color, different colors of these honorary neutrals can really make your eyes pop. Like for myself, I have blue eyes, so using a navy eyeliner or a deep, rich burgundy brown really makes my blue eyes pop. I recently tried the Nabla Cupid's Arrow full color stylo eyeliners. I have fallen madly in love with these. I have 3 colors here. I have number 7, it's more of like a burgundy brown. Number 6, this one's a navy blue. And then one of my favorites, number 5, is more of like that tawny mid-tone brown color. These are so beautifully pigmented and they're creamy, dreamy to apply. I find that these also work pretty well in the waterline. Upon application, they stay a little bit malleable. So if you want to blend them out to make it look like a shadow or like a smoky eye, you can do that. And then when they dry down, they stay nicely on the eye. They're so good. They're expensive, but they're some of the most beautiful, well worth it, high-end eyeliners I've ever tried. I don't know how many shades they have available total, but I think all of these shades fall in that category of honorable neutrals, as we're deeming it. I love these, cannot rave enough about them. So in addition to this resolution, you also get a product recommendation here. So with this one, I'm not necessarily saying you have to go big and bold and try all these bright, vivid colored eyeliners. If you want to, definitely do that. I'm saying that there's something very subtle yet elegant about trying these different, more why is that so hard to say? When you play with these honorary neutral colors on your eyes rather than a basic black. All right, guys, those are all of the makeup beauty resolutions I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed. Leave me your thoughts, comments down below. Did any of these resolutions resonate with you? Do you plan to employ them in your beauty routine? Do you have any to add to the list? Share with us down below. At the end of the day, I just want you to remember that makeup and the world of beauty is all about fun, and it should make you feel good no matter what you choose to do. I know for me personally, whether it's doing my skincare or doing my makeup every day, it's just time for me to focus solely on myself, and it's sort of meditative, it's relaxing. And I'm a very creative person. I love art. I've always been into painting or photography, and now as an adult, between working and just regular life, I don't have as many windows of opportunity to exert this creative energy of mine, and so I'm able to have a little piece of that every day in my makeup routine, and it's just fun. At the end of the day, I just want your beauty routine to be fun and enjoyable to you. Whatever you need to do to make that happen, I hope you do as we move into 2022. That totally rhymed and I didn't even mean it. I want to thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you hit that subscribe button so you can come back next time. And until next time, I hope you have a very wonderful day. I've compiled a list of six beauty. I've compiled a list of off to a super start. Do you have a beauty resolution? Take a lot of naps? Eat a lot of snacks? Just show up as your cutest self every day. Great tips. Beauty My third tip is going to be for those of you that aren't regularly. Okay. Resolution 3. There's a snake in my boot. It's really just a hole in my sock. In fact, I